यहाँ के बच्चे तो रिस्पेक्ट ही नहीं करते, because for them respect is shown through obedience, silence, agreement and compliance.
और मेरे साथ तो सबसे ज्यादा गुस्सा, मुंह बनाना, चिढ़ना।
तुम बच्चों को जरा सा भी अंदाजा नहीं कितना टफ काम है एक पेरेंट होना।
Avoid guilt statements like इंडिया के बच्चों को देखो तुम कितने लकी हो, या उनको देखो वो कितने अच्छे हैं. But it escalated into what? Meetings, warnings, tensions, and eventually a lawsuit.
Back to this beat. Come on. हाथ ऊपर करके सब लोग.
राधे राधे जपो चले आएंगी बिहारी रे द्वार पालो कन्हैया से कह दो। अब भजन वगैरह जो है कंटेम्परेरी म्यूजिक स्टाइल में भी आने शुरू हुए।
I love you guys, but I'm out.
I know it's not mine, but I'll see.
नमस्ते, आज हम बात करने वाले हैं NRI पेरेंट्स के स्ट्रगल्स के बारे में। In these countries, questioning authority does not mean disrespect. It is often seen as critical thinking, confidence, healthy development.
कि जेनजी आजकल एक कुछ नई चीज कर रही है जिसको भजन क्लबिंग कहते हैं।
And once that feeling enters, it doesn't stay in the cafeteria, it follows them. The two worlds problem. Movies like The Namesake show an Indian immigrant family trying to raise their son in America. Parents want to preserve culture, son wants to fit in. Does it sound familiar?
I've been thinking I'd like to change my name. Can you imagine Gogol on a resume or a business card?
Do as you wish.
The first time someone says your lunch smells weird. The first time you ask your mom not to pack Indian food.
Mom, no. I don't want Chinese lunch. I want white people food. The kids at school will get used to it. You're never on my side. The fool I make you. You love my food. I need white people lunch.
Parents say we sacrificed everything for you. Children think, I just want to belong.
I hope you had fun because you are grounded until the day you graduate. No, I'm sorry. Until the day your kids graduate.
Enforce boundaries with warmth, not fear. It's not because I said so. मैंने कह दिया, मैं कह रहा हूँ, इसलिए ऐसा होगा. It's not about that.
What did she do? Oh, Devi, this is just terrific. Great decision making.
Indians are raising kids as immigrants. जब culture change हो जाता है, तो parenting के challenges भी change हो जाते हैं.
Bez, I just want you in my life.
You're a survivor.
You and I made this journey and we went together to a place where there was nowhere left to go.
पूरी लाइफ ऐसे कंपेन करते रहती हूँ कि ये मुंह बनाती है, ये करती है, वो करती है। बच्चे पैदा करने का आइडिया किसका था? आपका, करेक्ट? और फिर जो चाहा उनके साथ किया, whatever you wanted, okay? और फिर ब्लेम भी हम पे ही डालते हो। And you say tough है? What do you mean by tough है, man? Tough है my foot?
Acknowledge that both cultures have good and bad. Let kids ask questions without judgment.
Mom, this is Maxine. Max, this is my mother.
Hello, Ashma. It's so nice to finally meet you.
I want you to come home next Saturday.
Mom, I can't come home that weekend. Mom.
Parents often worry, will my child lose our Indian culture? Will they respect elders and family norms? Will they go for dating, live in independence? This concern comes from real cultural shifts.
And she says, what's your name?
Gogol Ganguly.
End of...
And sometimes it feels like parents and kids are living in two different worlds inside one home.
You know, to go on vacation with someone else's parents. But not to see his own.
NRI parenting in North America, what are the challenges? A few tips. Have you ever felt like you're raising your child in two different worlds at the same time? At home, it's your culture, your values, your language. Outside, it's America, or it's Canada, Australia, UK, wherever you live. Different rules, different expectations, and sometimes in between, your child is trying to figure out who they are.
How exactly will you be dressed?
Astaghfirullah.
Everyone.
Hero. In a very tight suit.
It's not that
Yes,
tight,
it
and
is.
you know it.
Come on, beta. You're not normal.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, we are talking about something deeply personal for many families, the parenting challenges immigrants face in the United States. Namaste, everyone. आज का टॉपिक मेरे दिल के बहुत करीब है.
Bow, you're not a failure. How? Like, what's your scale? Loser to trash can?
और मैं खुद एक इमिग्रेंट पेरेंट हूँ और ऐसे कई सिचुएशंस हैं जो इंडियन पेरेंट्स फेस करते हैं. कभी कभी ऐसा कंफ्यूजन, गिल्ट, कभी लगता है क्या हम सही पेरेंटिंग कर रहे हैं. इसलिए आज मैंने सोचा इस टॉपिक पे बात करते हैं. नो जजमेंट, जस्ट फैक्ट्स, सम रिसर्च, रियल लाइफ एक्सपीरियंसेस. एंड व्हाट्स इंटरेस्टिंग इज हॉलीवुड और बॉलीवुड ने भी ऐसी दे हैव शोन अस दीज स्ट्रगल्स मोर देन वी रियलाइज. So, hey guys.
And furthermore, if you ever use the B word with me again, not only will you never drive the moped, you will never drive, period. Because you will be dead.
नमस्ते. आज हम बात करने वाले हैं NRI पेरेंट्स के स्ट्रगल्स के बारे में, स्पेशली इंडियंस रेजिंग किड्स एज इमिग्रेंट्स. जब कल्चर चेंज हो जाता है तो पेरेंटिंग के चैलेंजेस भी चेंज हो जाते हैं. देयर इज दिस द टू वर्ल्ड्स प्रॉब्लम. Movies like The Namesake show an Indian immigrant family trying to raise their son in America. Parents want to preserve culture, son wants to fit in. Does it sound familiar?
The camera, it is on the car. Ish.
This is not just an Indian story. In Fresh Off the Boat, the Taiwanese American family deals with assimilation and identity. In Never Have I Ever, we see an Indian American teenager balancing her strict mother's expectations with high school life.
No, what? The baby's having what?
But there's something even more recent. A 2025 movie called A Nice Indian Boy. And it depicts identity and acceptance issues when tradition meets modern life. The core issue is always the same. Parents want stability, success, tradition, and children want belonging, freedom, identity, and both sides are right. इसमें कोई गलत नहीं है. Both sides are right. We all know about the pressure to succeed. Children face this pressure. In many immigrant homes, success is not optional. It's survival.
When I was really worried about you, Miss Girl. Look at you today. I am so proud of you.
You must have heard about these camps in America, where children not only enjoy regular activities like cricket, soccer, dance, music, but it's about Indian culture and tradition. In one camp, a teen said, if you don't pull an A, you are a disgrace to your race. This line hits hard, right? Parents sacrifice everything, and children inherit expectations they did not ask for. That tension comes silent. It becomes silent stress in many homes.
When I first met you, you were a closed off, angry little thing. You didn't want to get in touch with your feelings, your pain, your trauma.
There's also a wonderful book called Power Packed Potato Girl. Is it okay not to fit in? It's a story of an Indian American girl learning to embrace her unique identity while navigating school in the US. This shows how difficult it is to adjust between two cultures as a new immigrant. It shows that fitting in isn't the same as losing heritage. Imagine a young girl standing in a classroom. It's attendance time and the teacher calls her name, which is very long and hard to pronounce for some. Class is giggling. Malti opens her lunchbox. Traditional Indian food. Other kids look very curious. Your food smells different.
What are you doing? You're not going to have any lunch to eat. I'll be fine. Kids aren't teasing you about your lunch? No, not yet. They will. People here suck.
Your name sounds different. Your culture feels different. But what if different is not a weakness?
I've been thinking I'd like to change my name. Can you imagine Gogol on a resume or a business card?
Do as you wish.
Many immigrant children have had that moment, wishing their name was shorter. Their lunch was simpler. Their home was less different. This book reminds them you don't have to shrink to belong. This reminds me of another incident. Indian PhD student Aditya Prakash was at the University of Colorado working towards his doctorate when he heated his lunch, palak paneer, a North Indian dish of spinach and cottage cheese, in a shared departmental microwave. A university staff member approached him and complained about the pungent smell, asking him not to heat that food in the microwave. Prakash responded calmly, saying, "It's just food. I'm heating and I'm leaving." But what happened? It escalated. This whole thing escalated into what? Into meetings, tension, warnings, eventually a lawsuit. Rather than the issue staying a simple kitchen etiquette disagreement, the situation snowballed. The students, Prakash and his partner Umi Bhattacharya, said that after this incident, they were repeatedly called into meetings. They faced what they regarded as harassment and retaliation by the department. Bhattacharya said that he was fired from his teaching assistant role without explanation after supporting Prakash. They also claimed that the university withheld their earned master's degrees. The couple argued that this pattern of treatment reflected cultural bias against international students and systemic discrimination in how rules were applied. What was the legal outcome? After a federal rights lawsuit filed in 2025, the University of Colorado Boulder reached a settlement. The university agreed to pay them $200,000. But both students were barred from future enrollment or employment at the university. The couple then returned to India and shared that the case was about more than something like money. It was about standing up to treatment they felt was unfair. It was about their dignity, the culture, inclusion, fair and equal treatment. The palak paneer incident may seem small on the surface, just a lunch heated in a microwave, but it became a bigger story about identity, belonging, cultural respect. What one person sees as smell, another experiences as comforting and familiar. Food is deeply tied to identity. It shows how minor cultural differences can be perceived as problems in unfamiliar environments, sometimes unfairly. It becomes a case about rights and respect. Prakash said at one point, "My food is my pride." Why should something as ordinary as food ever become a source of discrimination? How does heating lunch turn into a civil rights case? And this is why the case went beyond the kitchen and into the courtroom. It tapped into millions of lived experiences about tradition, acceptance, and dignity. Have you ever felt embarrassed opening your lunchbox? When a child feels embarrassed about the food, they are not just rejecting that particular food, a dish. They are rejecting their home, their parents, their cultural identity. For immigrants, food is not just food, it's memory, it's identity, it's their childhood. Food is culture, food is tradition, food is how parents pass down heritage. It's home in a foreign land, and that creates emotional distance between parent and child. And many second generation kids know this feeling too. The first time someone says your lunch smells weird, the first time you ask your mom not to pack Indian food,
Mom, no, I don't want Chinese lunch. I want white people food. The kids at school will get used to it. You're never on my side.
first time you feel different. For immigrant parents, this is heartbreaking. You worked so hard to preserve culture, and suddenly your child feels ashamed of it. That's why this incident matters. Who decides what belongs? How do we teach our children to feel proud, not apologetic about their roots? Maybe the lesson isn't to hide the palak paneer because belonging should not require erasing yourself. The food in the microwave wasn't the problem, the mindset was. Being teased for bringing Indian food, asking their mom to pack sandwiches instead, throwing away home food to avoid embarrassment. That moment becomes the first crack in the cultural pride. Parents often don't realize that this is happening. When a child feels embarrassed about their food, they are not just rejecting a meal, they're struggling with identity. And that's where immigrant parenting becomes a little complicated. Do you protect culture or do you protect a child from feeling different? That's the real challenge. Parents face a tough decision. After such incidents, immigrant parents struggle with, do I change? Do I adapt? Do I insist on traditions? Do I teach them to be strong?
You really mean that? This little college thing? This is just a bump in the road compared to everything you've already overcome. You can do anything you put your mind to.
This is the real immigrant parenting dilemma. If you push too hard on tradition, child may rebel. If you abandon tradition, cultural disconnect happens. This impacts self-esteem and confidence. Research on acculturation shows that children who feel shame about their background can develop identity confusion, social anxiety, low self-esteem, cultural distancing from family and roots. When food becomes a source of shame, it's not smell, it affects belonging. And belonging is central to child development. For many immigrant kids, that's the first moment they feel different. And once that feeling enters, it doesn't stay in the cafeteria, it follows them. If my food is embarrassing, is my name embarrassing? And are my parents embarrassing? Is my background embarrassing? And slowly a child begins to separate, first from the food, then from language, from culture. By the time they reach high school or college, the tension shifts. Same shame can later show up in hiding relationships, avoiding speaking native language, resenting strict parenting, choosing distance over discussion. Now it's not about lunch, it's about dating, it's about sleepovers, clothes, freedom, career choices.
This is Maxine. Max, this is my father. Hello.
Hello, Aisha. How are you?
Fine.
Parents say we sacrificed everything for you. Children think, I just want to belong. But when parents respond with calm confidence, when they say different is okay, we don't shrink to fit it. They plant something powerful. They raise children who can date without hiding, who can succeed without erasing themselves, who can belong in America or Canada or any Western country without abandoning home. This is the immigrant parenting. If you hold culture too tightly, your child may feel suffocated. If you loosen it completely, you fear losing everything you've preserved. This is the struggle, the war between assimilation and preservation. Immigrant parenting isn't about control, it's about coaching, guiding children to walk between worlds.
No. Oh, that reminds me, Eddie. You are ungrounded cheeseburger boy.
What? Mom, you can't ground me. I'm going to be a junior in high school.
That means I own you for another 2, possibly 3 years, and I'm going to make sure those years feel as long as possible.
Without losing their balance. The real challenge isn't heating the Indian food in the microwave in the school or college cafeteria. It's teaching our children, how to handle the heat of two cultures without burning their identity. In another recent case, the family of Indian student Janvi Kandula secured a 29 million settlement after she was tragically killed by a speeding police vehicle in Seattle. This case highlights another fear immigrant parents carry, not just cultural identity, not just those struggles, but concerns about safety and whether a new country truly values their children's lives. Even when justice is pursued over years, the emotional toll on families is profound, showing that immigrant parenting is not just about cultural balance, it's about peace of mind in a world of real risks. It's about safety and trust in the new country. For parents who send their children abroad for education and opportunity, safety, it's a constant worry. The tragedy shows how deep the fear can be. Nothing can replace a child's life. The settlement doesn't bring Janvi back, but for her parents, it represents both legal recognition of injustice and a chance to find some closure. लेकिन कोई भी amount उनकी बेटी को वापस नहीं ला सकता. There is also identity and cultural shame as many immigrant kids grow up being asked questions like, do you worship cows? Why don't you date? Why are your parents so strict? When children don't fully understand their own traditions, they may feel embarrassed or confused. That's why cultural camps and community spaces have grown so much in countries like America. They give kids a chance to say, I'm not weird, I'm not alone, this is a part of who I am. Even in India today, we are seeing something interesting. Young people singing bhajans in modern styles. Some call it bhajan clubbing, remix chants like Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Bright lights, loud music, young people dancing. But this isn't a nightclub or a music concert. This is bhajan clubbing.
Hanuman Chalisa and upgraded versions of traditional mantras that are catchy. Devotional music, but with contemporary energy.
पूरी लगन के साथ, पूरे लय के साथ भजन की गूंज, इस चलन को आज भजन क्लबिंग कहा जा रहा है.
Shows something powerful. Tradition doesn't have to feel old, it can evolve. Now let's move on to dating and cultural divide. Many immigrant parents come from cultures where dating is not casual, but American teen culture is very different. Shows like Never Have I Ever and Rami, Indian American and Muslim American experience, both show this tension clearly. Young adults trying to honor their family while exploring independence. The real issue isn't dating, it's fear. Parents fear losing culture, children fear losing connection to their peers, and without communication, both sides feel misunderstood.
Hey.
Hi. Let's talk over here. Me. No laughing! Mom!
Send your children to the cultural camps or temple programs. Do children stay connected to culture? Here's the big question many parents have. If I send my child to these cultural camps, will they actually continue to practice this? The honest answer, it depends. Some may return as volunteers, some may continue to sing bhajans, some only celebrate festivals, they do it proudly. Others may not follow the rituals daily, but still they retain their identity, respect, and cultural confidence, and maybe that's the real success. Not perfect ritual practice, but a strong identity and emotional grounding. The real parenting challenge is not just culture, it's the balance. America may be a melting pot, but inside immigrant homes, it feels like a balancing act. You have to keep balancing all the time. If you're an immigrant, if you're an immigrant parent, your struggle is valid. If you grew up between cultures, your confusion is valid too. So, how do you raise a child who is confident in America, connected to their roots, emotionally healthy, not resentful, not ashamed, not disconnected? That's the tightrope immigrant parents walk every day. And you are not alone in this journey. Immigration and acculturation, इसका parenting पे क्या impact होता है? The process of acculturation for Indian immigrants in America involves a blend of cultural assimilation and maintaining cultural identity. Indian immigrants often face challenges such as balancing traditional values with modern American life, particularly around marriage, career choices, and culture preservation. According to research, when parents migrate to a new culture, they face acculturative stress. That means adapting to new values, new language, new rules, and habits, which can affect how they raise their kids. Parents have to balance their Indian cultural values with North American norms. Acculturation isn't about just learning English or any new language or new customs. It also changes parenting beliefs and practices. Parents may feel stuck between Indian values of obedience, respect, family first thinking, and North American values of independence, self expression, and freedom. Kids, especially second generation US Canada born, acculturate faster than parents. They adopt American or Canadian styles of life, and that creates parent child gaps. Parents often worry, will my child lose our Indian culture? Will they respect elders and family norms? Will they go for dating, live in independence? This concern comes from real cultural shifts, and sometimes it feels like parents and kids are living in two different worlds inside one home.
So listen, I'm sorry my mom was so crazy to you the other day.
It's fine. I don't really care what your mom thinks.
Totally. I mean, honestly, I got into a huge fight with her after that.
Then there is loss of authority and discipline. What are the differences? American, Canadian, Western parenting styles are more permissive. Kids have more freedom compared to India. Many immigrant parents are not used to this. That leads to feeling like kids don't listen. Children are Americanized faster than they think they would. Sometimes children go through mental health issues and struggles in their daily life just trying to pretend they are perfectly fine.
तो खत्म कर दो ना. Just end it.
क्या?
हाँ? पेरेंट होने का काम खत्म कर दो ना. बच्चे पालना इतना टफ काम है तो just end it ना. Just end it. किसने कहा है पेरेंट्स बने रहने को? Just end it. Put an end to it.
All's well, while they are emotionally struggling inside. Parents feeling confused about what is appropriate and what is not. These struggles come from adapting to new social norms about discipline and children's rights. Another factor is language and communication gaps. Kids grow up speaking English natively while many parents prefer Hindi or other Indian language at home. Language differences can lead to emotional distance or misunderstanding. Some parents talk about discrimination and bullying also.
Am I ugly?
What nonsense. I'm looking at you right now. You're the most beautiful girl in the world.
No. Kamala's beautiful. And a boy at school said that I was He said something mean to me.
What? No. You fight back with your spirit, little one. You stand up for yourself, just like him.
Answer my question! The question, jerk!
So, what should you do? Adopt a bicultural approach instead of going 100% Indian or 100% American or Canadian. Research suggests integration. Bicultural identity is healthiest. Preserve important traditions, but also embrace positive aspects of host culture. Both kids and parents benefit from this middle path. For example, celebrate Diwali, but also celebrate Thanksgiving. Teach Hindi at home, encourage good English skills. Open communication over control is important too. Kids acculturate differently. Important है कि parents अपने बच्चों से openly बात करें, have open discussions and conversations. क्या चीज important है हमारी family में? What are your thoughts on dating, career, friendships?
I want you to come home next Saturday.
Mom, I can't come home that weekend. Mom.
He's willing to go on vacation with someone else's parents. But not to see his own.
This reduces conflicts and it builds trust rather than authority-based demands. Simple things like eating dinner together, weekend temple visits, rituals, cooking together, baking together, going out for movies together, celebrating together. Canada में तो family day भी होता है. And yes, please don't forget to subscribe. Cultural events and celebrations, why they matter? बहुत सारी research show करती है कि cultural celebrations जैसे दिवाली, ईद, नवरात्रि, होली, वैसाखी, पोंगल बच्चों के cultural identity और emotional well-being के लिए बहुत जरूरी होती है, बहुत important है. These events help kids understand their roots, language, food, values, traditions, why things are done in a certain way. So they feel proud of their heritage, not confused between two worlds. So they build strong family bonds around stories, rituals and special traditions. और क्या लगता है आपको? Visiting the home country, is it beneficial or confusing? बहुत parents सोचते हैं कि घर जाने से बच्चों को कल्चर याद रहेगा और रिसर्च कहती है visits to home country can strengthen cultural ties, but that's only true if they are guided with the context. It has to be purposeful exposure. Meeting relatives, hearing family stories fosters pride. Unguided visits with no explanation can sometimes create confusion because kids might compare their lives in USA and Canada and start feeling torn between two identities, especially अगर वो बहुत टाइम से इंडिया नहीं गए हैं. Let's move to another challenge that parents face. It's about academic success. Are immigrant children more successful academically? Interestingly, research shows the immigrant paradox. Many immigrant kids, especially in the US, outperform their peers with native-born parents on academics like math and science, even without the typical socio-economic advantages. इसका एक key reason है high parental expectations and engagement. Immigrant parents often focus strongly on education and success. Also, another research on school shows that having immigrant peers in classroom can even boost academic outcomes of native US students, not hurt them, especially in reading and math. So what's the best approach? Research in acculturation and identity consistently supports a concept called integration, not total assimilation, not total separation. Best parenting strategy is bicultural balanced approach.
And it's never ending. कभी खत्म ही नहीं होता. Once a parent, always a parent.
I agree.
No छुट्टी. क्यों आशु?
All parents should be awarded a Padma Bhushan.
Preserve important values and traditions, language, festivals, morals, values. Encourage adaptation to host culture, language fluency, social skills, community engagement. Studies show that kids with integrated cultural identities who feel connected both to their heritage and to the new country tend to have highest social and academic success. Assimilating completely can risk loss of identity and connection to family roots. And isolating within your own culture, they'll feel excluded from the society. Cultural parenting in India is collectivist and community centric. In India, parenting is deeply shaped by a collectivist culture where the family unit and the group harmony are emphasized over individual choice. Respect for elders, obedience, emotional interdependence, family decisions together, family involvement from extended family also, grandparents, uncle, aunties, it's expected and it's common. Discipline and authority are more normative. Parents guide children with clearer hierarchy and shared meaning.
To a party at night. Is this a joke? No. Is Bruno recording this for internet?
There's so many strange people roaming
Or
around at night.
strange boys thinking God knows what and drinking God knows what.
Not a party, it's a convention.
Oh, and what exactly will you be doing there?
In contrast, Western countries, their parenting norms are rooted in individualism. It's about independence, self reliance, self expression. These are valued. Parents are more likely to practice authoritative parenting, clear guidelines plus emotional support plus autonomy for kids rather than just authoritarian obedience based parenting. This leads to different expectations for the same behaviors. Indian parents might value respectful compliance and listening first. Western norms value a child's reasoning, personal choice, negotiation. Kids may see parental expectations about discipline differently depending on the society they grow up in. Parents sometimes have to adapt. Why? But some find it very difficult. They never change, they never adapt. When Indian parents migrate, they enter host cultures that emphasize independence and self advocacy. Kids speak up for themselves. Emotional expression, negotiation, child led choices in learning and social decisions. In contrast, Indian parenting is traditionally more structured with fixed rules and high expectations. This can lead to misunderstandings, conflict about behaviors, independence versus obedience, kids seeing parents as controlling, parents feeling disconnected from kids. Indian parents highly value educational achievement and often push for top performance. Immigrant parents initially keep this expectation, but sometimes they begin to understand the host system, where there is more emphasis on learning skills, creativity, sports, well rounded growth in Western schools. Learn that kids are evaluated for participation, for projects, for leadership, not just exams. So, what are the cross cultural core differences in parenting goals? Parenting goals differ across cultures, especially between more collectivist societies like India and more individualist Western countries, such that they are built on different cultural values. India, which has collectivist culture, the group, family, community is prioritized over the individual. Children are often taught family comes first. Respect for elders is essential. Decisions should consider family impact. Parents may emphasize sacrifice and loyalty to family. You see hierarchical relationships. Parents are authority figures. Elders hold decision making power. Children are expected to differ respectfully. There is group harmony and duty. Avoiding conflict and maintaining harmony is important. Children may be encouraged to adjust to others. Think about collective well being. Fulfill responsibilities without complaint. Parents have obedience expectations. Obedience is often seen as a sign of good character and upbringing. In countries like US, Canada, the Western countries, which are individualist, the individual's autonomy and self expression are prioritized. There is independence and personal choice. Children are encouraged to make their own decisions, develop self reliance, explore personal interests. Self expression is seen as healthy. There is reasoned discipline over obedience. Instead of because I said so, parents may explain rules, negotiate, encourage critical thinking. Obedience is less important than understanding.
Look how far you've come. You faced your trauma and you came out on the other side.
Child's individuality and voice matters more, and children are often invited to express opinions, participate in family decisions, question respectfully. Research in cultural psychology shows these approaches are shaped by history, economics, and social structure. Neither is inherently better. Each produces strengths. For example, Collectivist parenting often fosters loyalty, resilience, and responsibility. Individualist parenting often fosters confidence, creativity, and assertiveness. Research suggests the most adaptive outcomes often come from blending strength, such as teaching respect and encouraging open dialogue, valuing family obligations, and supporting individuality, maintaining structure while allowing autonomy. This bicultural approach can help children navigate both worlds confidently, maintain strong family ties, succeed socially and professionally. Research says you should be open to authoritative parenting style, firm yet warm and communicative. It works well across cultures, it supports confidence and success in children. Bridge cultural expectations, maintain Indian cultural traditions for identity, accept Western norms of independence and reasoning. Talk openly about why expectations exist in both cultures. Minimize the acculturation gap. Learn local language and culture with your kids. Encourage kids to understand Indian values too. Discuss differences rather than fight them. This helps parents and kids avoid acculturation conflict, leading to less stress and healthier family dynamics. इंडिया में पेरेंट्स ज्यादा कलेक्टिविस्ट वे से बच्चों को बड़ा करते हैं. रिस्पेक्ट, ओबीडियंस, फैमिली डिसीजन सब मिलकर लेते हैं. लेकिन जब फैमिली यूएस, कनाडा, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज जैसी सोसाइटीज में मूव करती हैं, रहती हैं, तो किड्स इंडिपेंडेंस और चॉइस का कल्चर उनको मिलता है. किड्स को इंडिपेंडेंस और चॉइस का कल्चर मिलता है. पेरेंट्स को एडजस्ट करना पड़ता है. रिस्पेक्ट और डिसिप्लिन को मेंटेन करते हुए भी उन्हें ओपन कम्युनिकेशन और इंडिपेंडेंस देना सीखना पड़ता है. जब पेरेंट्स और चिल्ड्रन दोनों कल्चर्स को समझ के ब्लेंड करते हैं, तब भी बेस्ट ऑफ बोथ वर्ल्ड्स पेरेंटिंग होती है. Aim for best of both worlds, not one side. Neither full assimilation nor rigid cultural control works the best. The healthiest children come from integrated bicultural families. What this means in real life: keep Indian values like respect, empathy, family bonding, gratitude. Accept Western culture like independence, self-expression, confidence. What is the message here? हम अपने कल्चर को छोड़ नहीं रहे हैं, हम बस इवॉल्व कर रहे हैं. Shift from control to connection. In India, authority works because the society supports it, the community supports it. In Western countries, connection works better than control. Research shows children respond better when parents explain why rules exist, listen to the child's point of view, enforce boundaries with warmth, not fear. It's not because I said so, मैंने कह दिया, मैं कह रहा हूं, इसलिए ऐसा होगा. It's not about that. And why this rule matters: this doesn't reduce respect, it builds mutual respect. Talk about cultural differences openly. One big mistake immigrant families make: they avoid hard, tough, uncomfortable conversations. Best practice is to explain differences between Indian and other cultures. Acknowledge that both cultures have good and bad. Let kids ask questions without judgment. Make culture a joy, not a burden. Culture should feel like belonging, not like a pressure, not like a punishment. Celebrate festivals with meaning, not compulsion. Share stories behind rituals. Let kids participate in their own way. If culture feels like a punishment, kids reject it. If culture feels like pride, they protect it. Explain the differences without any judgment. Avoid guilt statements like इंडिया के बच्चों को देखो तुम कितने लकी हो, या उनको देखो वो कितने अच्छे हैं. इंस्टेड से हर कंट्री का अपना सिस्टम होता है, हम दोनों से सीख सकते हैं. दिस प्रिवेंट्स कंफ्यूजन एंड आइडेंटिटी स्ट्रेस. सो व्हाट डू? Encourage leadership, sports, arts, volunteering. Teach kids to speak up. Teach kids to speak up, but respectfully. Focus on effort, not just the results. Kids who feel emotionally secure perform better long term. Respect goes both ways. Many parents worry, यहाँ के बच्चे तो respect ही नहीं करते, because for them, respect is shown through obedience, silence, agreement, and compliance. Questioning elders is often seen as disrespect and not curiosity. This system works in India because schools, relatives, neighbors, community, society reinforce the same rules. Children see authority everywhere: teachers, elders, institutions, their neighborhood, their community. Your relationship matters more than perfection. The strongest protective factor for immigrant kids is trusting relationship with parents. not just perfect parenting, not strict rules. So, what's the parenting mantra here for immigrant families? Strong roots, flexible branches. Roots, which means values, culture, family. Branches is the confidence, the adaptation, the freedom. When parents adapt with intention, not fear, kids don't lose culture. They carry it forward in a new and stronger way. Why Indian authority feels weaker after immigration? Indian parents often feel बच्चे हाथ से निकल रहे हैं. But facts say something else. What actually changes? Schools teach children to speak. Laws emphasize children's rights. Teachers expect discussion, not silence. Parenting norms discourage fear-based discipline. So when Indian parents use Indian-style authority in the West, it conflicts with what the kids learn daily. Kids feel misunderstood. Parents feel disrespected, not heard. क्योंकि उनको लगता है पेरेंट्स की बात फाइनल है. डिसएग्रीमेंट को बदतमीजी माना जाता है कि हमने जो कहा वही होगा. सो अगर वो नहीं मान रहे आपकी बात तो वो बदतमीजी हो जाती है. इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्ट क्या है? नो कल्चर हैज नो अथॉरिटी. अथॉरिटी जस्ट लुक्स डिफरेंट. What authority must become for immigrant parents or for Indian immigrant parents? From power over child to guidance for child. This does not mean losing control, letting kids do anything, or disrespect. It means setting boundaries, explaining, reasoning, being emotionally available, enforcing rules calmly and consistently. Kids raised this way respect parents internally, not out of fear. Stay connected into adulthood, carry cultural values voluntarily. Why this matters so much? Because studies show fear-based authority works only when society supports it. Relationship-based authority works across cultures. Immigrant parents को authority छोड़नी नहीं होती, बस उसे अलग तरह से redefine करना होता है. If you are an immigrant parent watching this, your struggle is real. Your fears are real. Your sacrifices are also real. And if you are with someone who grew up in an immigrant household, your confusion, the pressure, the identity questions, all are real too. Maybe the solution isn't choosing one world over the other. Maybe it's learning how to live in both. If this topic resonates with you, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.
Okay, well, is this a white people lunch? What is the store so excited about?
This is where Lunchables live, Mom.